This is Shaun Parker, who handcuffed Jane Lynch in an LG commercial. He's been featured on NPR, and he is a Moth Story Slam winner. Please welcome to the stage, Shaun Parker.
Just want to say that sounds much cooler than it actually is, just so you know. So, last year, my friend Chris, who lives with his wife and his 2 kids in Marina Del Rey, was going on vacation back in Wisconsin. And he asked me if I could check in on their family cat. I was pretty excited because he had said yes when I asked if I could use their washer and dryer, which was going to totally save me $5. And more so than that, there's one time I wouldn't have to hang out with the weirdos that are always at my local laundry. So, when the time came, they went on vacation. I finished work that day. I had my laundry bag with me. Yes, I am from Wisconsin, so bag's gonna sound like bag. As I drove over, I tried to come up with my game plan because I like to optimize my time. I knew that the laundry was gonna take the longest, so I needed to start that immediately. So when I got over there, I parked in the front, in the street, went in, and I dropped my bag down. And I love this bag. It's a book bag. I don't like a lot of stuff in my pocket, so it holds all my stuff. I have a friend, Jason. He always makes fun of me, calls it a purse, which I hate the fact that he got it stuck in my head, because now I always think dudes are looking at me going, God, that guy's got a purse. Whatever. So I go to the door that goes down in the kitchen that goes down to the garage. As I'm going in, I reach behind me and I pull the door closed, because Snickers, who's the cat by the way, I don't know if he's the type that would get into the garage and would want to play hide and seek, because I don't want to spend the whole night trying to coax him out. So I pull the door closed and it snicks shut. And I look off to my right, and right above the garage door opener button, there is a handwritten sign. And I'm moving, so it's just a blur, but one word jumps out at me. It says, "Don't." So a little thread of dread kind of falls into the back of my head, and I go, huh? But it's quickly wiped away as I hit start on my first load of colors, or on my load of colors, and I actually say out loud, I just saved $1.50. Just as a note, anything that you think is internal dialogue in this story is actual dialogue. When I'm by myself, I talk out loud. So, I think now I've got all this time to go feed the cat, check the mail, and watch cable TV, which I still cannot afford. I go up to the door and I reach out, and it doesn't move. I seem to have locked myself in. And it's like a chord on a guitar, it just kind of strums this slight vibration of fear, kind of goes through me. But I have to also say that I felt excited because I thought, oh my goodness, I have great problem solving skills, and I'm gonna be able to solve my way out of this pickle I'm in. So I look over the garage and I kind of survey what I have to work with, and I immediately see a 6-foot folding ladder. Perfect. Now this is gonna be my Alamo. At the worst case scenario, I'll go out the garage door, but I'm gonna need that ladder, see, because Chris's house has a 10-foot walled front courtyard. So I'm gonna have to get that ladder out there, and I'm gonna have to get my fat ass somehow over that wall, and then I'm gonna have to drop down. And I thought, my God, my luck, I'm gonna break my ankle. So, worst case, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I also remember at this point, Chris had told me, just a vague memory, that I think there was a key hidden somewhere in the garage. So I spend the next 20 minutes looking for this key. I look through the cabinets, he's got a family of 4, so he's got a lot of junk in his garage. There's a bunch of tools, and he's got a metal, old-timey ice chest. And I see 2 bottles of beer, and there's a cup that's got a bunch of old, fun-size Halloween candy. The key's not in there. Hey, my colors are done. Awesome. So I go, I throw them in the dryer, boom, $1 saved. I put my whites in, boom, $1.50 saved. Now I'm kind of bored with it. I'm like, I want to go watch TV. Enough of this. It's time to go to the Alamo. So I go up the stairs and I go to push the button, and I come face to face with the don't. And the handwritten sign says, "Don't push button if garage door is locked." Huh. I don't think it's locked. I mean, it's probably just, it's one of those flip-up garage doors, so hopefully it's just a bolt that goes down. I'll just pick it up, right? No, it was locked. It was a bolt that goes in and had a lock on it. So I started yelling at the lock. "Why the fuck are you locked? There is no purpose to this lock. If I'm a criminal, I'm already in the house. What are you stopping me from You know what? I can't judge him. Chris is my friend. Okay. I think, you know what? I can call my jackass friend Jason, who talks about the purse, and have him come over, right? He'll have to figure out a way to get over the wall, but he'll be able to come in and save me. Except my phone is in this perfect, I mean, it's a mesh side pocket that it fits in perfectly. And I can slide it in, slide it out. It's in my bag, in the living room. Okay. Thread level starts to rise. I'm gonna die in here. I just thought, you know, it's that thing you read in the stories about guy locks himself in garage, dies 3 days later. Huh? How does that happen, idiot? This is that story, and I'm living it. Okay, just calm down. It's all right. Reassess your situation. Chris is coming home in 3 days. But all right, just take a breath. You've seen 127 hours. And it's not like you have to deal with what that guy is. There's no boulders around. Right? I know that there's the beer in there, and there's the food, well, the snack candy. And let's face it, I know myself, and I know I'm probably the one person who could really deal with a 3-day fast. Now also, when I get scared, I always thought this was me, but I think it's everybody. I have a slight urge to poop. I don't know if it's, I think when I see nature videos, you see animals right before the lion attacks, they dump a load and run, so it's not just me. And I make the choice, which corner is going to be my poop and pee corner. But the thought of him coming home and his wife seeing my turds in the corner is mortifying. You gotta understand, I don't think women poop and pee, which I understand that statement really leads on to how much I don't actually date. Then I remember, my car is parked on the street. There's no overnight parking. I'm going to get towed, which is going to cost around $300. I know this because 2 weeks prior, I had been towed. And then right on top of it, the next big gotcha. I remember that I did not even look at the cat's food and water dish. I don't know if they're bone dry. How long can a cat go without water? I don't know, I'm not a cat person. I try and think, are the toilet seats up? It can lap from that. But he's married, and I'm assuming his wife is a civil woman and has those toilet seats down. So then I imagine, maybe there's a way I can take one of the beers and pour it and get it to go under the door. I'll call to the cat, and maybe it'll come over and lap it up. I don't know if the cat will drink beer. I need to get out of here. Okay, what's my next thing? I remember in movies, strangely enough, the one thing I did have in my pocket was my wallet. And I remember seeing in movies, hey man, take out the credit card, slide it in, unlock, right? So I pull up my Capital One card and I think, you know, it's funny, this is the one time I'm gonna use this and not regret it. So I go up to the door, I slide it in, I slide it up, and it just stops. I hit it, nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is not going to work. I have to throw this out of the window, which, by the way, if there was a window in this garage, I would have broke it and climbed out of already. There is no windows. All right. My next thought is, you know what? I'm wondering if I can knock the whole locking mechanism out. Just like look through and could see the kitchen, I'll just be able to walk out. I don't know if it's feasible, but I'm starting to get desperate. I'm at about a half level of anxiety. So I start beating at the doorknob, which falls off quickly. Those things are hollow, by the way, just so you know. I don't know. And it revealed these 3 like prawn things. I don't know, I just start taking the hammer and I start hitting it to try and knock it through. Kind of gently at first, but these things are just kind of crumbling and crimpling and bending in on themselves. So I start more panically hitting it harder and harder. And it just makes a god-awful mess, and I'm denting all around it. And I'm also thinking, oh my God, now, you know, because it was also assessment of how much am I going to have to spend to fix the door. Well, now, I'm screwed. And just then, hey, you fucking dumbass, your colors are done, or your whites are done, awesome. Why don't you go, Mr. Gotta do everything really quickly to save 4 seconds and accidentally lock yourself in a garage and move those whites into the dryer to save that last $1. That's when I lose it. I'm at 100%. I just start yelling, fuck, and I start shouldering the door. I hit it once, nothing. I hit it a second time with everything, nothing. I think, you know, it's funny. This is a really solid door. I mean, no cheap, thin plywood piece of shit for Mr. Spare No Expense Chris in trying to keep his family safe. I'm fucked. Everything is going to happen. My car is going to get towed, and that's $300. The cat's going to be dead, and the kids are going to be crying over it. There's going to be turds in the corner. And I don't know how much it's going to cost for me to fix this door, and I'm still trapped in here. All right? All things are going to happen. And the worst case on top of it all is when they come and they rescue me, I'm not going to be able to just slink away in shame because my car's towed. I'm going to need Chris to drive me home while his wife cleans up my turds in the corner. So I put everything behind my shoulder and I hit it one more time. And I hear a tiny little crack. And I hit it again and it cracks more. And I hit it one last time and it cracks right down the center.
Oh my God.
I mean, it didn't sound, I mean, that makes it sound like I'm the Kool-Aid guy. It didn't like burst open, but it cracked enough that I could actually open the door. So, freedom. Now, one thing I want to say, just one last bit of advice. If this ever happens to you, take about a half an hour to just calm down and breathe before you have to make any phone calls. Because if you don't, you're going to have a message like this, which I had Chris copy me because he played it that night 4 times for his wife and they couldn't stop laughing. So this is what happens if you don't wait.
This is Shaun. Hopefully the vacation's going well. Something happened. Don't worry, the cat is okay. It's not anything to do with the cat. When you get home, you're going to notice that the door to the garage is cracked down the middle. It was burglarized. That was me. I swear to you that I will pay whatever it costs to get the door replaced. I accidentally locked myself in your garage while I was doing laundry, and in a panic, I broke down the door to get out. So I'm